So today I'm going to show you a product that can't really be reviewed because I'm the person that made it, so no matter what, it can't be 100% objective. You know, because I maybe am a little bit biased in my own work. Either way, like sometimes I look at my work and I go, well, that's a piece of crap. And sometimes I look at it and I go, oh, well, that's pretty good. This is one of those times where I think it's pretty good. And that's honestly just because I have made so many of these that I figure I've sort of perfected the making of it. So this is just a 4-panel hat. They're sort of based off of art of the period, both low relief sculptures, carvings, and tapestries have people wearing them, as well as some later manuscripts, as well as just manuscripts from the Christian world representing Vikings and Saxons. People are kind of wearing something that can be considered to be a conical hat like this. It's also sort of based off of the Birka finds, but most of those I believe were 6-panel. But this is a very popular type of hat in reenactment. So the good thing about these is that they are a custom piece. By the way, you can get them at my website, thesonsofIvaldi.com, which I'll put the link below. But they're a custom piece, so I can make it so that it fits your head fairly perfectly, so that you don't have something that you're either swimming in or it's too tight, or I just need two very basic dimensions, which is the circumference of your head around your ears and sort of where you want the hat to sit, and the dimension from that line to the top of your head. And the easiest way to do that is honestly just to go from the point where you want it to the same point on the other side. Just go over and then divide that by 2. That kind of gives you a fairly accurate measure of that. But from there I can make a pattern that will fit your head pretty well. So the cool thing about it being custom as well is you can choose what color of fur and wool you want. This particular one, this is actually an old army blanket. I decided that I would just make a hat from it because the blanket had a bunch of holes in it, and it just had character, so I did that. This particular hat isn't 100% suitable. It's sort of, I guess, cheater's garb, because the wool blanket, while it looks like it's the right weave, I honestly think it's a blend. I don't think at the time that this was made, the blanket was made, they used 100% wool. But so that's sort of, I guess, cheater's garb the way it is. The fur is actually, as much as possible, I try to use recycled fur coats. That way I'm not supporting the fur industry currently. If I got fur from a hunter who ate all the meat, then that's great. I would use that. Or if it's from something like the rabbit industry, I would probably accept that, because people are eating and consuming the meat, and that way it's not really going to waste. But when you look at the fur industry, this stuff isn't going to waste, because it's, at least in Western countries where it's being produced, they're not just throwing out the carcasses of the animals. They're being turned into protein meal and bone meal for various applications. So it's not a huge waste. But I'm not going to get into my thoughts on the fur industry. So recycled fur, it's just better that way. And so the shell is wool, you have a fur band, and then the inside is either lined with linen or silk. Linen, for the most part, is nice and warm, and it's a nice smooth thing to go on your head. But if you're concerned about your hair getting pulled, like some people do, like people who use silk pillowcases because they're worried about their hair getting pulled in the night, would probably, want a silk liner, which I can do as well. It depending on what color of silk you want and everything, it might cost a little extra, but that's sort of something we could work out after. And so for strength and durability, the hats are all machine sewn on this machine here with a fairly high stitch count, so that they're very strong and durable. And then the fur band is sewn on by hand, just because that's really the only way I can do it. So I will post a link to the product listing for this on my website down in the description. Thank you for watching.